Good evening. We're here to present our Datsral project. We are Chua Jason, Everest Gear, and Bryce Ong.
So, someone might ask, what is a traveling salesman problem? Traveling salesman problem is a problem wherein traveling salesman is tasked to go to a certain location while keeping the cost minimal and finding the shortest distance. There are previous solutions to like this algorithm, so I will discuss some of them. One solution was method of total enumeration, wherein the the salesman will uh, go go through all the possible routes to go to the certain location. And another one is the one with the multiple agents, wherein they will group certain locations together, and then there are agents that will be sent to each location, and then these these individual agents will determine the shortest paths for each location. And finally, traveling salesman with drone. In this example, there is a truck and a drone delivering things together. Uh, the drone the drone goes away from the truck and goes to like the alternative routes, while the truck just delivers to one location. We're now moving on to the algorithm.
So our group decided to analyze the algorithm made by Yunpeng Li during 2015. So this algorithm involves information passing information from the starting node and tracking whether or not it satisfies the criteria for uh, a solution for the minimum I mean traveling salesman problem. So I will share my screen. So I will demonstrate this algorithm with an example. So for example, we'll assign this node 0 as our starting point. So yeah, the green node is the starting point. So so the algorithm sends out information in adjacent nodes from the starting point. So let's say this line here is information one, and this line here is information two, and this line here is information three. So initially, this red information will contain a weight which has three, and the distance it, or the number of edges it has traveled. So the distance is one. So for the sequence, so we started from zero up until one. So for this information, the blue one, so the weight is seven, and the distance is one, and the sequence is zero and three. So for the rainbow information, the weight is eight, the distance is one, the the sequence is zero and four. So these information are actually traversed in a same speed. So they all traverse in one by one. Like I'll just show in an example. So for the second iteration, the information will move by one node. So this red information will move to actually it's arbitrary, so we can just choose two. Then for this blue information, we can make it go to node two, and this rainbow information, we could make it go to information three. So for red, so the weight now is three plus one, so it's four. The distance is two edges, so two nodes, two edges, and the sequence is 0, 1, and 2. So for the blue node, blue information, the weight is now 7 plus 2, so 9. The distance is 2. The same with others, and the the sequence is 0, 3, and 2. 0, 3, and 2. And for the rainbow information, so actually, yeah, the weight is 8 plus 3, so it's 11. The distance is 2, and the sequence is 0, 4, 3. So let's continue until we get a minimum span tree solution. I mean, traveling salesman problem solution. So for the next iteration, we could transfer red to node 3. So for node for blue, we could transfer it to probably 1. And for the rainbow node, rainbow information, we could transfer it to 1. So again, we'll list down the weight, the distances, and the sequences. So for the weight of red, it's 3 plus 1 plus 2, so it's 6. The distance is 3. And the sequence is 0, 1, 2, 3. So for blue, the weight is 7 plus 2, so it's 9 plus 10 plus 1, so it's 10. The distance now is the same with others, it's 3. So the sequence now is 0, 3, 2, 1. So for the rainbow information, the weight is 8 plus 3, 11 plus 4, 15. The distance is 3 as well. And the sequence is 0, 4, 3, and 1. So let's continue until we get the solution. So for the next iteration, since the next node of an information is arbitrarily chosen. So for example, let's put red in node 4 since it was in node 3. And for blue, we could so one of the rules is the information shouldn't go back to the starting node if it doesn't if it hasn't traversed all the nodes yet. So for blue, we could redirect it from 1 to 3. We cannot do this because it hasn't traversed node 4 yet. So we have to put blue there. And for the rainbow, we could same for blue, we shouldn't assign it to 0 yet because it hasn't traversed node 2 yet. So let's put the rainbow at 2. So for your red, since we started here and we end up at node 4. So our weight now is 3 plus 1, 4 plus 2, 6 plus 3, 9. The distance now is 4. The sequence is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So for blue, the weight is, so since we started from the start, so 3 plus 2, 7 plus 2, 9 plus 1, 10, and plus 4, 14. The distance is 4 as well. The sequence is 0, 3, 2, 1. I mean, no, no, no. 0, 3, 2, 1, 4. 0, 3, 2, 1, 3. And for the rainbow one, the weight is 11 plus 415 plus 160. The distance now is 4 as well. 4, 3, 1, 2, 41. So since our red information has already traversed all the nodes, it will be the first one to go back to the starting point. So actually, the winner here is this information, the red information. So it has a weight of. So lastly, we have to iterate one more. So the weight now is 9 plus this edge, so 8. 9 plus 8 is 17. The distance is 5. And the sequence is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. So yeah, simplifying, that would be the solution to the traveling salesman problem. For the other nodes, they would just exceed the distance limit. So the winning distance here is actually 5. So for other information, like this blue one and this rainbow one, they would exceed 5. So like they would be disqualified from the race. Yeah. So here's the solution. Thank you.
Conclusion. The traveling salesman problem is known as a simple problem where people are tasked to find the shortest path to visit all the cities or nodes. As simple as the problem is, there are multiple ways for the problems to be solved, whether the solution uses unique elements such as a drone, or an efficient algorithm which can obtain the shortest path, or an algorithm that obtains the shortest path fast but is inconsistent. One solution that was created used the concept of racing, where multiple classes called informations would traverse through different routes to visit all the nodes once. If an information has visited all nodes exactly once, then then it would return to the starting node. The first one to return back to the starting node would be the solution to the traveling salesman problem, or the shortest path. The traveling salesman problem can also be applied in multiple ways, such as vehicle routing, delivering package, draining of printed circuits, and many more. And next slide na, Jason. And that's all. Thank you for listening.